Welcome to Two Guys in a Ride. Today we're going to review the 2021 Cadillac CT5. I'll tell you about the horsepower, cargo, dimensions, and safety.
And I'll tell you about the interior, the controls, and all the technology.
Before we get started, please click that subscribe button down below.
And click that bell icon so you never miss a video.
That's right. So, what do you say, Nate?
Let's go for a ride.
Today we're working with our friends at Snell Cadillac in Mankato, Minnesota. There are 4 trim levels starting at the luxury for $37,990, the premium luxury $41,790, the sport $42,790, and the V Series starts at $48,790. Now, of course, there is the CT5 V Blackwing slated for release later in summer of 2021, and it's rumored to be priced at around $85,000. Now, all trim levels are available in either front or all-wheel drive. This CT5 V is presented here in black raven, and it has a jet black leather interior, and it is powered by a 3-liter twin-turbo V6 engine producing 360 horsepower and 405 pound-foot of torque, and it's paired with a 10-speed automatic transmission, and this version does have the all-wheel drive. Now, out front you see it does have the automatic on-off LED headlights with light pipe signature elements, and it has the LED turn indicators and cornering lights. I really do like that nice design language up front with that big gloss black mesh upper and lower grills and that big bold Caddy logo right front center, and you have the front camera up there as well. Does have body colored front bumper with black splitter and LED light trimmed side air vents. They are not air curtains, but they are vents. And up top, there is solar absorbing acoustic laminated windshield, and it does have the Rainsense Automatic windshield wipers. Let's take a look around the side. Okay, along the side, you see it does have the Brembo V Performance front brakes that feature 4-piston fixed calipers, and it is a 2-piece rotor design, and it includes red front calipers with the V Series logo. You could also get all 4 calipers in either red or blue. This version does have them in red, as you can see on the tires out back. Okay, they are also 19-inch alloy wheels with diamond cut Android satin finish, and they're wrapped in 225 40R19 summer only run flat tires, and we're in the winter time. Oh well. Up front, McPherson strut suspension. Out back, 5-link rear suspension with magnetic ride control that delivers precise body motion control, reading the road every millisecond and changing damping in just 5 milliseconds. This also does have an electronic limited slip differential, easy for me to say, performance traction management that is activated through track mode, and that includes 5 control modes specifically designed for track driving, including wet, dry, sport, race 1, and race 2. I love it, absolutely love it. I do also, speaking of loving it, I like this body-colored rocker panel moldings with the black extensions, and it does have the body-colored power-adjustable manual folding, that's a lot to say, driver's side auto-dimming and integrated turn signal indicators on the mirrors. It does also have illuminated body-colored door handles, and there's a little strip right here that will light up, and it does have the keyless touch sensor to lock and unlock the doors. I like the gloss black window and beltline trim, and these are solar absorbing acoustic laminated front side windows, and out back on the other side, the quarter panel on the right side, it does have a capless fuel filler system. Let's take a look around the back. Okay, got to watch my step. A little icy out here. We just had it fresh snow, so not as sure-footed I'm not as this all-wheel drive Caddy is. Now, out back, this is a heated fixed rear window, and it does have that body-colored lip spoiler on the trunk. There are LED taillights, and I like that large Caddy logo. And down below it has a body-colored rear bumper and lower diffuser and trapezoid quad trapezoid exhaust tips. Let's hear those exhaust tips and the rumble of this engine right now. Whew, that was sweet, huh? I like it. Sounds great. All right, let's talk about the trunk area and the cargo area. Now, this vehicle actually does have, like I said a minute ago, those run flat spare tires. So underneath this rear cover, there is no spare tire offered. Max trunk volume, as you see it here with the rear seats up, is 11.9 cubic feet. Now, they are 60-40 split folding rear seat backs, which will extend your cargo length floor from the sill to the front seats to 73 inches, and cargo floor length from here, as you see it, to the rear seat, 44 inches. Cargo width at the belt line is 43 inches. Cargo width at the wheelhouses internally is 37 inches. Then the opening from the floor to the top here is 19 inches, and getting something in the trunk over the sill, liftover height is 28 inches. Let's talk about some of the safety systems on this Cadillac CT5 V. Well, you have forward collision alert, front pedestrian braking, HD rear vision camera, lane change alert with side blind zone alert, rear cross traffic alert, rear park assist, and so much more. Now, some of the packages available on the Cadillac CT5 V are Super Cruise package, which is semi-autonomous driving from Cadillac. There's a Platinum package, a Premium package, a Parking package, a Driver Assist package, and an Advanced Security package. You can also add the Navigation and Bose Premium Auto package. And something that I really did appreciate for today, it does have a cold weather package, and you can get a driver awareness and interior protection packages as well. Let's talk about the dimensions. Okay, front track is 62.8 inches, rear track 63.9, overall width 80.3, overall length 193.8, 57.2 in height, has a wheelbase of 116 inches, a turning circle of 42 feet, a curb weight of 3,659 pounds, and it will hold 17 gallons of gasoline. So, what about safety? Well, IIHS and National Highway Transportation Safety Administration have given it both an overall rating of 5 out of 5 stars. Performance, 0 to 60, 4.8 seconds, standing quarter mile, 15.9 seconds, and braking, 60 to 0, 127 feet. Well, what about the appearance? I like the clean, crisp lines and the bold silhouette, and that new design language from Cadillac looks really good. So, basic warranty, 4 years, 50,000 miles. Powertrain warranty, 6 years, 70,000 miles. Roadside assistance, 6 years, 70,000 miles. And maintenance, 1 year or 1 visit. And finally, economy. Well, 18 city, 27 highway, and 21 combined. Not bad for a nice, powerful, gutsy performance Cadillac. So, now let's take a look inside, but before we do, make sure to check out my notes in the description down below. And please take a moment to give us a like, leave a comment, and click on that subscribe button. So, what do you say, Nate? All yours, buddy. Take it away.
And stepping on the inside, one of the things I noticed right away is the carbon fiber trim piece right here. Looks really sharp. Now, just over to that, from that, you've got your unlock and lock buttons, and you've got one of your 15 Bose speakers, and you do have a 2-person memory setting, as well as an easy exit on or off button right there. And then we do have auto up and down all 4 windows. You have your window lockout, and you have your folding mirror button, and then of course your power mirror buttons. Down here you have your automatic trunk opening button right there, and then underneath here you do have some storage area. I love the leather perforated seats with the orange stitching on there. It looks really nice, like the Cadillac logo in the seats. Now, both driver and passenger seats in the front are identical. They both have They are both 18-way power, and they both have massaging function. This is a quick on-off to turn the massaging function on or off real quick, and then this changes between different modes. And then of course you do have 4-way power lumbar on each side. Down here, of course, you have your foot pedals, and then you have your footrest. Coming on up from there, we have our dashboard brightness control right here. You have your electronic parking brake, and then your HUD display buttons. So this will raise and lower the HUD. This will change the information on it, and this will change the screen brightness. HUD display stands for heads up display. Shows up in your windshield. Really nice driving feature. This is also a power tilt and telescope steering wheel, and that button is right here. Now, in addition to that, I'm going to show you this because it's easier to show it to you now than when I'm in the car. But this does have auto lights, and this button turns on your auto high beam and low beam function. Before we step inside, let's talk about the interior dimensions in the front. Front leg room is 42.4 inches. Front seat headroom is 39 inches. Front seat shoulder room is 56.7 inches. Front seat hip room is 53.7 inches. All right, it is a push start, so we'll go ahead and find that button. Pretty. All right, so what we have up here is a 12-inch digital, multicolored, customizable display. We'll cover that in another how-to video, and you can access that by clicking on the link above. All right, coming back from the dashboard, you do have paddle shifters right here. And then, of course, on the steering wheel, you've got a dedicated heating steering wheel button. This does have adaptive cruise, so this is your gap setter button. Cruise on, cruise cancel. If you push and hold this for a couple of seconds, you can go from adaptive to normal cruise control. And then, of course, set and resume here is a rotary button. Moving down a little bit, you've got your voice command and either a mute for the audio or your hang up for your phone. Moving over to the right, you have got scrolling buttons here for your driver's information screen. All these two plus the scrolling button will control everything in the driver's information screen. And then this up and down does your favorites for like your radio. Now these, of course, is your volume up and down, and then this one here is a dedicated V mode button. When I do that, the whole dashboard changes. It goes into V mode, which I think is just kind of cool. I like the steering wheel here. It's a very different feel. It feels great. It's called a suede microfiber, but it's very, very different, but very comfortable and soft to the hand. So the kind of thing where you, even on a cold day, even without the heated steering wheel, it'd be a lot less cold to handle. Okay, moving over to the infotainment screen. This is a 10-inch 15-speaker Bose premium audio system, and it does have wireless Apple CarPlay, wireless Android Auto, Bluetooth, AM and FM radio, HD radio, and of course Sirius XM satellite. Coming down below that, you have got a few physical buttons here. You got one physical home button, you got a power on, a rotary volume, and then this, of course, will select things in your screen, and then it's a push to actually select them. Okay, coming down below that, we do have dual AutoZone climate control with humidity sensor. One thing I'll point out that I really, really like, of course, is the physical sync button. And these are not soft touch buttons. All the buttons to push for these are right down in here. Now, immediately down below that, you've got a few more buttons. We do have a 3-stage heated seat, and that's the back and the bottom of the seat. And then we also have a ventilated seat, and you'll find those on both sides. Okay. Coming back over here, this one here is your park assist. So if we turn that on, then you get some directions in your infotainment screen, but it'll help you do a parallel, perpendicular, and then either you can either choose the right or left side to park. Okay. Right after that, you have parking sensors. Typically, this just turns the parking sensors off, but on this particular car, it also turns off the rear auto brake. So if you disengage the sensors, it disengages the rear auto brake as well. You got your hazards, you got your lane keep assist. This button is a quick push to access your 360 cameras. There you go. That's the 360 button, easy access to your camera. And then up here, it has the familiar Cadillac controls. So the orange long bar at the top means that's the camera that's active. And then the orange dots, there's one on top, one on the bottom. Top one means front camera, bottom one means rear camera. And then the blue line kind of indicates the curvature of the camera and the angle. Over here, I've got a hitch view in the rear. And so it just kind of shows a top down, and then it shows a top down of the front. Now over here, I've got right and left sides. So there's my right tire, there's my left tire, and if I switch it around, that should be my left tire, and that should be my right tire. You do have, if I go back to this mode here, you can turn on or off the dynamic swivel guidelines, and you do notice on the 360 that it shows you a trajectory not only from the rear tires, but the front tires as well. Hope you can see that. Those lines are a little thin there, but that's really neat. All right, and then of course, this turns off the 360 portion and makes the rest of the camera full screen. All right, now let's go back to home, the one physical button we have there. All right, now coming down here, you've got a wireless phone charger, and then in front of the shifter, you have a couple of buttons. So we have got the different drive modes right here, and you have got My Mode, which is a mode that you can customize. We have got Snow and Ice, we've got Track, and we've got Sport, and we've got Tour. Okay? Right next to that, you've got traction control on or off. And then you have got the auto hold feature. Okay, down below that, you have your auto start stop defeat button. That's right here. Moving back from there, we do have a physical shifter right here, and there's a button on the side that you need to move. Otherwise, nothing changes. But if you push the button, down once for drive, down again for manual, up once for neutral, oops, there we go, up again for reverse. Okay, and then it's a physical button for park. Below that, Cadillac has added another way to control the infotainment screen if you don't want to touch. So it's a rotary dial with all the same shortcuts that you would typically see maybe up in this area. So you've got a volume, you've got a tune right, a tune left, or up or down. Then you've got your different sources. You got media, navigation, phone, and then a back button. And then, of course, this rotary dial, if you can select something, and then you can push it, and it'll select it. Okay, so just a little different way to run the infotainment system. Next to that, we've got two cup holders, and they do have a cover if you don't want those to be seen. I do like the key fob. I think I like the red. I think that's kind of a nice color. All right, back here you do have a cell phone holder. So this is designed to hold your cell phone while the center console is closed. I like the carbon fiber trim coming down. Now the button to open the center armrest storage area is on the driver's side. If I pop it open, you're going to see that it's all felt lined. It's not super deep. It's probably about 5 inches deep. It's fairly long though. And then you have got a standard USB. You've got a USB-C. This SD card right now is currently running navigation. Then below that you have a 12-volt outlet. What I like is the spot where you put your phone has a nice pass-through so you can plug it in. So a second person that's riding with you could nicely tuck their phone in out of the way while you have yours in the wireless charger. Again, we have the nice carbon fiber trim up here, and of course the glove compartment is dampened. It's felt lined, and it's a nice adequate size. Moving on up, right here we have a digital rear view mirror, and the camera is actually feeding off the Sirius XM antenna on the top of the car, which I've never seen. Looks a little bit like a jet engine. Okay, which I like. To activate it, you just flip the day-night switch. Now it's a normal mirror, and it is automatically dimming. And then you've got the digital mirror. This is a menu button, and then these are two buttons here that you can control. So if I turn it on, I can affect the screen brightness. If I push it again, I can magnify. If I push it again, I can tilt the mirror up or down. Actually, it's tilting the camera. And then I'm back to brightness. Hey, moving on up here, you've got some of your safety systems up here. You've got your dome light controls right here. And then up here, you've got your panoramic sunroof controls. So you got your shade button, your tilt button, and your slide button. And then right behind that, you have 3 home link buttons for your garage doors. The lights on either side are LED, and you just push them to activate them if you want them individually. All right, the visors themselves are both backlit. I like it when they fade in. And then, of course, they are telescoping on both sides. All right, let's step into the second row. Let's talk for a moment about the interior dimensions in the second row. Rear seat legroom, 37.9 inches. Rear seat headroom, 36.6 inches. Rear seat shoulder room, 55.7 inches. Rear seat hip room, 53.7 inches. All right, so in the second row, we got the same carbon fiber trim. You got one of your 15 Bose speakers here, your auto up and down window switch, and storage in the pocket. All right, in the second row, I like the fact that the bottom of the seat slants up. It tends to give you a little bit more support underneath your legs. You've got 2 mat pockets behind the driver and passenger seat. You do have a USB-C and a 12-volt outlet, as well as your air vents right here. Now, as far as room goes, the seat's adjusted to where it was when I was driving, and I've got ample room. My gosh, I mean, I've got, on this knee here, I've got close to 5 inches. Lots of room back here. Headroom, though, I've got about an inch. Maybe 3/4 of an inch, so not as much headroom. It is recessed. The ceiling is recessed right where your head goes. So as long as you keep it in there, you got about an inch. All right. Now, the seats themselves don't recline at all. They do fold forward, but they don't recline. You got an elevated armrest, which I always like. You got dual cup holders, and then up here, of course, you do have, in addition to your shade, which you can open or close here, you do actually have a reading lamp right here, a grab handle, and a coat hanger. So overall, comfortable. I'm 5'11" and a half, and the way I would normally sit in a seat, it gives me adequate room. But overall, a very spacious car. Very, very nice. Right. Coming up next, let's go for a ride. All right, my turn first this time. So this is the Cadillac CT5 V, and man, I like the way it handles. In terms of where everything's laid out in the cabin here, everything is easy to get to if you want to do the touch screen or the climate controls, the seat controls, but also you've got voice commands, so really easy to get at everything. I do love the heads-up display. I love that anytime that's in a car. So that is really nice. Now the seats themselves are very comfortable. They're well bolstered. They're more like sports seats in here. And you of course got 18-way power, both driver and passenger in the front, including 4-way power lumbar. In terms of parking, well, and it couldn't get much easier with the 360 camera. And so you can literally see everywhere, and front or rear, whether you're parking. So could not be easier to park. In terms of the ride itself, despite the fact that I really like it's got a sporty feel to it when you're steering it, but the ride itself is very comfortable and very dampened. Hardly even notice the little strips going across the road. All right, coming up next, Rob's going to take it for a ride and give you his impressions.
Okay, here we go. Oh, love the steering wheel. Love the feel of that suede microfiber, and of course I've got the heated steering wheel on because we've been out in the cold all day filming, and this feels good finally to be inside. We turned my seat heater on as well. Oh man, this is nice. Love the exhaust note. Sounds really, really nice. Quietness. I'm cruising right along. Yeah, it's quiet. You hear that exhaust note, and that's about it. You don't hear any outside wind noise or anything like that. Really nice. Safety systems, you know, Nathan showed you the camera systems. It's got the blind spot, cross traffic alert, front and rear sensors, surround view camera. It's got the HD camera for the rear view mirror, anti-lock brakes, pedestrian detection, adaptive cruise control, you name it. I covered all those in my external review. Lots and lots and lots of safety features. Acceleration, well, we're going to do that in just a few minutes, but right now we're in a neighborhood and I'm not going to do that. But fit and finish, let's talk about that. You've got this beautiful contrasting red stitching in on the dashboard amidst all the black and the carbon fiber and the brushed chrome. It just looks really, really nice, and these Bose speaker grills are beautiful. Everything's nicely put together and nicely tucked in, sewed together, and just screwed together. Okay, here we go. Whoa. Boy, oh boy. Whew. I think I hit a little patch of ice there. They got a little squirrely on me and barked at me, so I was like, nah, let's not push it too far. So nice acceleration. I would really like to do this on dry pavement. We've got a little damp pavement and we've got patches of ice, so I wasn't too much into really getting into it, but what little bit I was able to get into it was really, really nice, and it sounded great, and I hope you were able to pick that up on the microphone as well. So all in all, awesome car. I really like it. Well, that's our review of the 2021 Cadillac CT5 V. And we appreciate you spending some time with us. Make sure to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And please click on that subscribe button down below. Thanks for watching.